Hey, what's up? Today I want to show you how to use the mist pass in Blender to make mist. And I'll show you an animation I made recently where I used this method. And I'll show you a before and after so you can see the sort of the thing we're going for. And to do this, you need to activate some settings. First off, you want to go to this View Layer tab here, and you have this Passes tab, and under Data there's a mist box, so check that. And then go to your camera, select the camera and select this icon here, and then under Viewport Display you have these two boxes that you want to check. And when you check those, you get some lines here. You'll get some indicators of where the mist starts and ends. But to actually set the mist, like where it's starting and ending, you go to World. So there's a lot of tabs going on for this, but here you have the mist pass. So the start, if I change that, you can see this little dot going back and forth. I usually just set it to the start or to the origin of the camera. You can set it like further ahead if you want. I usually go with 0 meters there. And then the depth is the end of the mist. So you can see this other dot here. And yeah, I usually cover the entire scene, so you're not going to see further than this wall. You have to render one frame of your scene to see what you're doing, because we're going to work here in compositing. So here I have one frame of the animation, and I think you need the node wrangler to do this, but if you Control-Shift click on this render layers node, you'll cycle through these. So here it shows the image, now it shows the alpha, the mist. No, it doesn't actually. Okay, that's actually only going to show if you have the backdrop activated. Okay, well, this is what the mist pass is. It shows, it generates a kind of depth map. So the closer it is to the camera, the more black it's going to be, and the further away it's going to be more white. So that's what the mist pass is, and you can use that to make mist. So let's do that. I have the compositor window here, and then so it usually comes like this, and then I press this corner here, and then I drag it out like this. So now I have two compositor windows, but then I make this an image editor. And then here I search for render result and I get this. It's just a nice and easy way to edit your render. All right, so I'm going to delete that. I don't need that. But then I'm going to add a mix color node. I'm going to put the image in the first input, and then the mist is going to go into the factor, and then the image back into the composite. And now we have this mist, but we kind of want to edit this. So if you select this other color here at the bottom, you will be able to select the color of your mist. And for this scene, I went with something that was like kind of blue, something like that. You can change the thickness of the mist or kind of the opacity by adjusting the brightness here. So if it's completely black, oh wait, I have to do something. You actually have to set it to screen or lighten. I think both works, but I think screen is best. And then, okay, so if you set it to black, there's no mist, and then you can, dial it in and there will be more and more mist. So that's kind of it. Another thing I learned recently is that you can combine the mist with a noise texture to make it look less like just a depth pass and more like actual mist. And somebody in my Instagram comments told me this, so that's cool. And let's try it. And then you want to add a texture node, but you need a texture. So go in here to this icon, texture, press new, and then select clouds. And now we have that texture. It's just called texture. You can rename it here if you want. Then add another mix color node, and you can hook it up like that. And then you connect the value here from the texture to the top input, and the mist should go into the bottom input. And then you set this to multiply so that the dark parts from the cloud texture are going to come through. And now you can see there's some more texture there. You can also adjust this. I think it's kind of stretched on the x-axis, so we want to make it a bit more wide. But you can see there's some more texture going on there now. And I would also increase the depth. It's kind of hard to tell, but that just makes it a bit more detailed. You could add a color ramp here probably. If you want to make it a bit more contrasted like that, could look cool, but that's just another way of adjusting it, I guess. And another nice thing is that you could animate this. So if you set some keyframes on this, the mist could move like this, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's all I wanted to show in this video. Bye bye.